Welcome to the Anxiety Coaches Podcast, a relaxing and informative show where we explore anxiety, panic, and PTSD, sharing how you can overcome them for life.
Aloha! Welcome back to the Anxiety Coaches Podcast. I'm your host and coach, Gina Ryan, and I am so happy to be with you again today as together we can consider the many ways to bring your mind and body back to its natural peace and calm. In today's episode, I'm talking about tricking your brain out of stress with a smile. And now that is going to tie in with the symptoms of inner peace that I talk about here and there. I am on number 10 now, which is frequent attacks of smiling through the heart. Now that is a symptom of inner peace when you find yourself having frequent attacks of smiling through the heart. And I like to focus on the symptoms of inner peace rather than the symptoms of our anxiety. Let's also pay attention to where we are actually feeling more calm and more peaceful. And so I'm going to read all 12 of the symptoms of inner peace to get us started, but then I'm going to focus on the smile today. And the symptom of inner peace, number 10, is going to focus on smiling through the heart. But I would like you to also think about smiling physically, to actually put that smile on your face, along with smiling from your heart. So let's go through the 12 symptoms of inner peace. Again, the author of this is unknown, and it is still very much appreciated. And I explain how I found these and how important they were to me in healing my anxiety panic in episode number 671. So if you want to go to episode 671, I have a little bit more explanation on how I found this and how old it actually is. I have a copy of it at this point and pretty torn up and tattered, even the copy. So here we go. Number 1, a tendency to think and act deliberately rather than from fears based on past experiences. Number 2, an unmistakable ability to enjoy each moment. 3, a loss of interest in judging others. 4, a loss of interest in judging self. 5, a loss of interest in conflict. 6, a loss of interest in interpreting the actions of others. 7, a loss of ability to worry. 8, frequent, overwhelming episodes of appreciation. 9, contented feelings of connectedness with others and nature. 10, frequent attacks of smiling through the heart. 11, increasing susceptibility to kindnesses offered and the uncontrollable urge to reciprocate. And 12, an increasing tendency to allow things to unfold rather than resisting and manipulating. I hope that you can come back and listen to those again or jot them down. If you were in our group, they're in a skill sheet. Actually, each one has a skill sheet on it because these are extremely important to focus on because this is where you want to be, right? And we want to look at where we want to go. I know here we are resolving a lot of the current issues, but it's also good to keep in mind and in your heart where you are going. And these 12 symptoms are where you want to be. So today we're focusing on number 10, frequent attacks of smiling through the heart. And I have a quote here from Dr. T.P. Chia, and he says, "A smiling face is a beautiful face. A smiling heart is a happy heart. I think that's good for us to remember, that we want to focus, yes, on the smiling heart, but we also want to have that beautiful smile on our face, because the body will respond to that action. Before I go totally into this, I want to take a moment and thank today's sponsor, EverlyWell. You can take action today for a healthier tomorrow with EverlyWell's at-home lab tests. They can help you get knowledge and the support that you need to become a healthier you. EverlyWell is a digital health care, and it's designed for you all. And it is affordable, transparent, and there are no surprises with pricing. They have over 30 at-home lab tests. You can choose the test that makes the most sense for you to get the answers that you need, like the women's health test or the food sensitivity test. And I found the food sensitivity test incredibly helpful. EverlyWell ships the product straight to you with everything that you need in one easy-to-use package. You take the test, collect the sample, use the prepaid shipping label to send it back to the certified lab. Your physician-reviewed results get sent to your phone or your device in just a few days. Share the results with your primary care physician to help guide your next steps on your healing journey. It's so simple that over 1 million people have trusted EverlyWell to support their health and wellness goals. For listeners of the show, EverlyWell is offering a special discount of 20% off an at-home lab test at everlywell.com/ACP. That's everlywell.com/ACP for 20% off your next at-home lab test. And I also want to take a moment to thank Ned. Think about the difference in your attitude around having a routine versus having a ritual. I think you'll find, like I do, that having a ritual feels so much more meaningful. Whether you're using Ned CBD, the Stress Blend, or the Sleep Blend, get present, take a moment, slow down, and use this as an opportunity to be mindful, to think positive, and take a deep breath. I want you to smile and think about what you are grateful for. I enjoy taking Ned's Mellow Magnesium formula as a beautiful ritual and a peaceful way to end the day. Become the best version of yourself and get 15% off Ned products with code ACP. That's HELLONED.com/ACP to get 15% off. Thank you, Ned, for supporting the show and offering our listeners a natural remedy for some of life's most common health issues. Smiling through the heart can come with or without a smile on our lips, but they often occur together without thought. What does it mean, actually, though, to smile through the heart? It's a feeling of inner joy, of being full of love, feeling gratitude and or peace. We feel this warmth in our body, and we can help to keep this fire blazing with our awareness. While feeling happy may fade, right? We feel happy and then we don't feel happy. It can fade. But smiling through the heart tends to linger and increase our acts of kindness. Smiling through the heart may happen spontaneously and bring significant changes in our lives as it causes us to have reduced stress and inner tension. There's a little quote from Sri Chinmoy, and he says, "Smile, smile, smile at your mind as often as possible. Your smiling will considerably reduce your mind's tearing tension." And I totally recommend putting that inner smile also on your lips. We can do both. It can bring us an amazing amount of relief that you may not be thinking about, because so often we think something that is easy to do or simple, something that seems common, not fancy, something that we haven't had to really strive for. How could that possibly be helpful? Well, I want you to experiment then. If you don't think that putting a smile on your face can help, I'm going to ask you to really put the tips I have to the test, because it makes a huge difference. And it affects your immune system, your physiology. You have to really experiment with this to see it for yourself. Smiling really can trick your brain into believing that you're happy, which can then spur actual feelings of happiness. It's a wonderful way for us to break that cycle that I talk about, that stress, adrenaline, anxiety cycle where we just keep going around and around, and it becomes a spiral, a downward spiral. We keep going round and round. You can break that cycle with your body. And when your brain cannot deal with changing the mind's thoughts, you can just use your body then to give your brain a little bit of a change. So how is it that smiling can affect our brain and make actual changes in the brain? I have an article that I had from Psychology Today. I will put the link to it. There's Magic in Your Smile. I'll put a link to that in the show notes in case you want to read up more about it. But here's what they had to say about how smiling affects your brain. The act of smiling activates neural messaging that benefits your health and happiness. It says, smiling activates the release of neuropeptides that work toward fighting off stress. Neuropeptides are tiny molecules that allow neurons to communicate. They facilitate messaging to the whole body when we are happy, sad, angry, depressed, or excited. The feel-good neurotransmitters are dopamine, endorphins, and serotonins. They are all released when a smile flashes across your face as well. This not only relaxes your body, but it can also lower your heart rate and your blood pressure. The endorphins also act as a natural pain reliever, 100% organic and without the potential negative side effects of synthetic concoctions. And again, that was from Psychology Today. There's Magic in Your Smile. The link to that will be in the show notes. But I want you to pay attention to this. It's a natural pain reliever. A smile on your face, a natural pain reliever. And what do we do when we're in pain? We're walking around with a scowl or worse. We can use our body to make these changes. This is possible when we come out of living through the amygdala alone, when we are actually calm enough to be using our executive functioning. And so even if you have just a little bit of awareness about you, you can say, wait a minute, maybe I can take a breath and maybe I can smile. Let me practice this. Just why not? It's free. It can't hurt me. Why not? Because we get stuck in habits. That's why. And we don't make changes, but we need to make changes if we want to feel better. Use the pain as your trigger to smile. Use your sadness or your discomfort in other ways as your trigger to smile. If you're angry or depressed or sad, say, wait a minute. What can I do physically with my body? I know we talk a lot about extending our exhale to bring our heart rate down and to send the message to the amygdala that all is well and it can stand down. But we can smile too, because this also is affecting our brain. It is affecting those neurotransmitters and allowing the neurons to communicate. There we are with communication, once again, being king. We want to help our brain, to help our mind and body. Why not? So I have some ways that you can actually put this to use. Go ahead and try it. And don't be afraid to. Come on, we can all loosen up. I'm smiling as I say this because the first one you're probably going to laugh at, and I'm glad because that means you had a smile. I want you to practice smiling all by yourself. Yes, I want you to do it in the mirror. Go to the mirror. We go there every day. We brush our teeth. We wash our faces. We put our contacts in, put our makeup on, whatever it is we do, comb our hair. You're in that mirror. I want you to smile. Practice smiling all by yourself. I hope it even makes you crack up laughing a little bit. The next one I want you to try is find things that make you smile. I don't know, you're taking a break on the computer and you click over to the news headlines. No. Why don't you take a break and click over to some cat videos? Or like me, I like silly panda videos or guinea pig videos. I got a thing for those little guinea pigs. They're so cute. Try to look at something that makes you smile. And that would not be the headlines of the news. The next one is let your muscle memory take hold, so the smile on your lips can appear easily. Why keep these smiles in? Often we do that. Something has amused us or delighted us, and we just still keep like the straight face, like we're super, I don't know, are we super cool or stoic and not stoic in the philosophy way, but, just everything is hard and difficult. No. Let it out. Let the world see that you are smiling and carefree. It's okay. Your body and mind will thank you for it. The next one is that as you are practicing your smile, I want you to bring attention also to your heart, the center of your chest, and feel the effects of the smile that's on your lips. Feel it drop down into your heart. And it may be helpful if you put one or both of your hands on your chest or over your heart while you're doing this, when you're practicing. Put your hand there and see if you can feel a smile in your heart. Maybe you had to start it physically, but then feel your heart smiling. There are some practices that people do that actually have other organs that smile. I mean, you learn to have your liver smile. It's all healing. But you can really start with your heart. This is where I want you to focus. Smile on your lips and feel it drop down into your heart. And feel that warmth radiating. And know how connected you really are. You're making a change on how your face muscles are moving, and your heart, the center of your chest, your heart can feel it. This is beautiful. It's a great reminder of how important it is that we take good care of our mental well-being. Next, I want you to smile at your mind as often as possible. The choice is ours to either berate the mind for its heedless thoughts or smile at its flight of imagination. It's how we're framing it. We can just bring the mind back and smile at its little puppy ways that it wants to run off in all kinds of directions as soon as we let go of it. And that's okay. We just gently call it back. We'd be kind to a little puppy we were bringing back to the papers if we were paper training it. So let's be as kind to our mind as it runs wild like a little puppy. Bring it back and smile and not be hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up because you had wild, negative, scary thoughts. The mind does that. Everybody's mind does it. But you can smile that it has this wild imagination And then you are aware, you are the one in charge, and you just bring it back and smile, take a breath, and put your hand on your heart. And maybe you have something sweet that you say to yourself, like, all is well, or this too shall pass. I'm okay. Find something. I'm doing this with you right now as I'm recording this. I have my hand on my heart, a gigantic smile on my face, and I want you to feel that. I want you to feel that. You can do this. I'm right here with you. I hope today's show was helpful, and I hope that you will put some of these practices into practice. I hope that you will do them. And I'd love to hear from you if you have anything that you'd like to report, or some ideas that you have, or something you would like me to talk about on the show. anxietycoachespodcast@gmail.com. Before I read today's quote, I was wondering if you prefer the show without ads, or perhaps you might like to have access to the entire back catalog of over 600 episodes. Maybe you'd like some bonus meditation episodes. All of that and more are available for $5 a month with our premium Supercast membership. Go to anxietycoaches.supercast.com and join us ad-free today. The link will be in the show notes. And now for today's quote. Symptom of inner peace, number 10. Frequent attacks of smiling through the heart. The author is unknown, but still very much appreciated. I'll be back in a few more days with another podcast. Until then, be well and aloha.
Thanks so much for joining us for today's episode of the Anxiety Coaches Podcast. Find more information at theanxietycoachespodcast.com.